Hey everybody, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Hello, Christopher.
Hey, we haven't done Mailbag Wednesday in a while, PJ.
Well, it can only happen on Wednesdays.
And today is a Wednesday, so we're going to do it. So that makes, today's our very first summertime Mailbag Wednesday, at least for 2023, right?
That's right.
All right.
Summer solstice.
There you go. Before we get to those, we're going to show you the show and tow package, and the reason we are is that the trailer is hooked up to the back of the F-150. You guys can really get a long view.
That's right.
And I mean a long view of this prize package.
It's the longest prize we have in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Yeah. So, I won't do the joke I did before we went live, but yes, this is quite the long package. Starts with the F-150 right here. This is a 2023. We have these nice Ford Performance 22-inch wheels on there. That's very, very nice indeed. Rest of the vehicle, I'll call mostly stock, but you can tell that it's been lowered. So it kind of has a little more of a sport truck. We didn't supercharge it. If you like a supercharged truck, you've got the Roush truck over there.
Catskin seats,
Catskin
right?
leather interior, and that's so nice, that red and the black.
Look at that color. That is beautiful, Chris.
That's nice. And what a nice truck. 2023, not a 2022. Got a great screen on there. Big Ford call out on the screen when it goes live. And nice side steps on here from Ford, of course. And there you go. Fill it any way that you want. I think, no, I won't talk about that. Never mind.
And
I was about to give something away.
Oh, that's right. So after the truck,
we're giving this away.
That's right. We're giving this away.
Giving this away.
Futura trailer.
Best open bed trailer on earth, the Futura.
What makes this the best, Chris? And I agree with you.
So you can be in your vehicle, one person operation. You know how usually you have to have someone in the back, you have to have them watch you get up, you got to put the ramps down. It's a lot of work. In this, you sit in the car, you push a button on the remote control, and it raises and it lowers the trailer for you. It's so incredible. Wonderful workmanship on here.
There's no ramps needed.
Solar
the whole thing becomes
too.
Yeah, that little motor that raises it and lowers it, solar powered, so everything's right inside there.
That's it. You want to show how it works? Why not?
No, we can do it another day.
Another day.
We got a lot of mailbag questions to get to.
We got a lot of mailbag. Okay. And then here you go. Sweet as can be, 1966 Ford Mustang. What a great story on this car. So back in, maybe fall of 1965, young Air Force man, everybody was in love with the Mustang in 65, right? Went to order a brand new Mustang, and he said, needed to have AC, needed to have a 4-speed, I needed to have a 289. That's what he got. He kept it for his entire career in the Air Force, through his retirement, and he personally restored it. Not meaning he wrote a check and gave it to somebody to restore. He did the restoration himself. Now he's no longer with us, but the car is. And what a wonderful example. When you think about, and raise your hand if you've ever considered a car a loved one, right? That you love the car so much, and that's how he treated this amazing.
Yeah, member of the family, right?
Right. This 1966 Mustang. I think I can open this and, yep, nice and clear there.
Yeah, it clears the wheels and everything on the
and
trailer.
look at this. This interior, the parchment with the burgundy interior, super great color combo. And that is a factory 4-speed with the AC. This is a very rare combination of options in 1966. Most folks got a 6-cylinder Mustang. Other guys got a 289 with an automatic. To get AC and a 4-speed and this really nifty interior, you had to special order one.
Yeah, we don't get a chance to get inside this because it seems like it's always on the Futura trailer here.
But now that it's kind of out here in the middle of the garage for now, you guys get a great look at it. And I'll tell you what, here's the comment that I get so often from people. Chris, I love high horsepower muscle cars, but there's something about this Mustang that's incredibly special, and I love it too. And that's what we're hearing from everybody. So no, it's not a 700 horsepower car, or even a 500 horsepower Mustang like the Roush, but it is a super sweet example of the first generation
Yeah, look,
Mustang.
just giving everybody a shot of that profile. It's just a beautiful
yeah,
car.
look at that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So cool. Let's get to some questions, shall we?
All right, Chris.
So we're talking about that Roush Mustang. Can it pass smog in California? Should be able to. I talked to Roush Performance today, and I specifically asked the question. The 2008 P51As are CARB compliant, California Air Resource Board. And the answer came back from Roush Performance, yes, because these were not just Roush parts that were put on a Mustang in the aftermarket. This was a Roush build, and all of the Roush builds are 50 state compliant. So that's directly from Roush Performance.
And that's the car.
The
Roush car compared to the Roush truck, yeah.
Correct. And of course, the Roush truck is compliant as well.
For Chris, before you go any further, Anthony says super nice dream guys. So both of us, Anthony says
thank
hello.
you so much.
And then Cobra wants to know any thoughts on giving away a 289 Cobra with a 427 Cobra.
We've talked about it. Probably want to do both of them together. However, we have talked about doing both a small block and a big block Cobra. So we'll see. You know, the Miata, you may think that the Miata has nothing to do with the Cobra, but it has a lot to do with the Cobra. Because in the 60s, the guys were racing the Cobras and the autocross and the courses. Today, guys are racing the Miatas. So when we did the Miata, it was really to see if someday we could do a Cobra. So we're talking about it.
Chris, I have to tell you that the 427 Cobra is my absolute favorite car in the whole world.
Really? Yeah. You get one under the Christmas tree one year?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
We got 25 Nation says you don't need high horsepower with something that beautiful.
You know, and that's the thing. You know, I've had many classic cars, and some of the coolest ones that I have personally owned haven't been the highest performance ones. Anybody remember my 75 Buick? Oh man, must have had 200 horsepower, but it was so stylish and so clean. And do you remember that one?
I do.
The big lanyard I used to have?
Joe says that Mustang's very special. It's just done in such a tasteful way.
Exactly.
Again, you don't need a high horsepower to have a blast.
Yeah, that's correct. And it drives so incredibly as well.
Roger has a question. Have you found the speakers on the 65 Resto Mod? Are they speakers there, or is it just a radio? And this is a funny story. Chris is actually laughing right now because of what happened earlier today.
You want to tell the story?
No, I want you to tell the story because I was in the office when I happened to find out that we had speakers. And
so I had to figure out what was going on. I looked high, I looked low, I looked in the glove box, I looked underneath the console. I called Robert out, we looked underneath the seats, we looked behind the convertible top. I couldn't find a head unit and I couldn't find an amplifier. A head unit is a term used for a car radio. So I couldn't find any of it. So I went back through the receipts for the Resto Mod. And I got to about page 21 of 50 pages there, and lo and behold, I found a receipt for the speakers out in California. So I called him and I said, buddy, I found the speakers. I cannot find the head unit. So he said to me, well, find the head unit. It's all Bluetooth controlled. So what they did was they hid that receiver and they hid the amplifier. And so I got it paired to my Bluetooth on my phone, and I didn't realize how loud the last person who listened to it in the Corvette before we had purchased it for the giveaway. And so I said, okay, Robert says, let's put on something classical. I said, classical? How about Frank Sinatra? So I put it on, and the volume is on full blast. And before I know it, about half of the Dream Giveaway Garage team are out here listening to the stereo in the Resto Mod Vet and doing thumbs up. So yes, it is a Bluetooth controlled audio system in that Resto Mod Vet, but you will not find a dial, you will not find a tuner. It's all Bluetooth controlled directly from your phone.
So yeah, you take your phone, you find your Bluetooth name on it and pair it up. And I was in the other, our offices are attached to the garage, and I was in the office, and all of a sudden I heard
Frank
Sinatra, Fly Me to the Moon was playing super loud, and everybody in the office said, what's that? And I said, I guess Chris must have figured out how to get the radio working in the 65 Vet.
That's exactly what happened.
So that
Roger,
is quite the story.
And I promise we'll do a little, we'll show you guys how that Bluetooth app works.
And that thing is really loud.
It's really, and you know what, for a car stereo, it's actually pretty darn good. Yeah, so I found the speakers, found the Bluetooth, and figured out how to make it work.
Good deal.
So there you go. Back to the prepared questions from our audience. So Kelly Mead was wondering if the original owner of the Roush Mustang was someone named Steve M., who would have gotten the car from Shelby, North Carolina. Kelly, different car. Luckily, we have the delivery information, the packet, the folder, that when the Roush Mustang was sold new, because they knew they were going to keep it as a collector's car. And no, it was not a Steve, and it was not anywhere near from North Carolina. It was from the Midwest. Different car. Again, they made 151 of those, so it would have been cool if it was someone you knew from Shelby, North Carolina, but not this time. Okay. PJ, I'm going to have you help me on this next question. From Tori Hansel. If I am an American citizen with an overseas address, do I still qualify to win?
It really kind of comes down to basically what's on your ID. If you're in a country right now that is not sanctioned by the U.S. to not do any embargoing or something like this, then yeah, you can win from across anywhere. Except, even people who have a U.S. driver's license, if it happens to be in the state of Oregon, you can't win because the state of Oregon just won't allow us to, allow you to enter and win. But again, really, we've had a winner in the UK. We've had 2 winners in Canada. Right. It depends on where you are. Even though you're a U.S. citizen, it really comes down to your location and what's on your official ID.
That's correct. And Troy, don't you still have a home address in the United States as well?
Maybe, but not everybody.
Not everybody. Okay, fair enough. But again, you don't have to be an American citizen to win. You don't have to have an American address to win. But you have to follow the laws of whatever jurisdiction you're in.
And those of us listening in the States, about 99.99% of our entries are here from the States.
Right. So of 120 winners?
3
have been outside of the United States. So there you go. Most folks are right here in the homeland. All right, from Robert Cornwell. Is a Tundra Dream Giveaway truck a wrap or an actual paint job?
Want to take a quick walk over there?
Let's walk over there, PJ.
I'll go this way here because it's right here. Is this a wrap or the paint?
So the solar orange paint is that. This part is a wrap. So the black part here, the camo part here, is a vinyl wrap.
So if you peel that wrap off, you get orange.
Then you just get a pure orange.
Oh, okay, perfect.
That answers that.
People ask that all the time.
They do. Speaking of wraps, how about that Blackwing?
That Blackwing, is that a wrap?
Blackwing is a wrap. It's black underneath. The reason they put the wrap on is that they didn't want to confuse the old Cadillac, the CT5V that we gave away last time, with the CT4V we're giving away now. They were both black.
Yeah, you can't have 2 Corvette giveaways back to back with the same color.
But no matter how hard we try not to make the Cadillacs confusing, Cadillac makes them confusing. Which leads me to my next question. For fun, I pulled up the Bear Jackson video of VIN number 1 being auctioned off, and it looked like a red manual transmission car. The one in the Dream Giveaway garage is black under the vinyl wrap and an automatic trans.
We had this topic the other day, right? You and I were talking about something like this.
You and I were talking
about VIN numbers.
About VINs, correct. So back in the old days, when there were VINs, you'd start at 10001, and it would just keep going. Or on the Camaro, they started at 50001, and then sequentially it just went up. In those days, maybe the 8 cylinders got 1 VIN sequence and the 6 cylinders got 1 VIN sequence, right? However, Cadillac, in its infinite wisdom, decided to make 4 VIN number 1s. How could they possibly do that? So there were 2 on the CT4 and the CT5V Blackwings. There were 2 editions. There was a launch edition of 250 cars. Then there was the regular production run that and I don't know the number that they made for those. So the launch editions got their own VIN sequencing, started at 01, 02, 03. Then, oh Cadillac, they put automatic cars got their own VIN sequencing, and manual transmission cars got their own VIN sequencing. So 2 plus 2, 4.
There are 4 VIN ones.
There are 4 VIN ones, and there are 4 series of VINs for the CT4V Blackwing and the CT5V Blackwing.
So depending on the edition that you have.
Depending upon if it was a launch edition and an automatic, a launch edition or a manual, a regular production automatic or a regular production manual, there's different VIN sequencing. So they reset those VINs at 1. So that's why you can watch that Barrett Jackson, that big charity one in Scottsdale, of that red Cadillac that went for big bucks. So ours also sold at Barrett Jackson, but it sold at West Palm, and not with all the fanfare that the other one sold for. But it is very much a VIN number 1, and I'm going to prove it to you. Can we come over here, PJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's on the other side.
We're going to have to walk all the way across.
There's a lot of cars here in the garage.
A lot of cars.
Did you just notice the color on this row? It's like all white and gray.
Yeah, we need to add some color in there, PJ.
It's not like those 70s colors.
Right. Classic car row is a lot more colorful. Okay. Can you zoom in on there? And
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
guys
we
see
can
that
get right
0001? There you go. So it's definitely VIN number 1. And you know what? That's a question that had me concerned before we purchased it, because I saw the red one as well. And I'm like, how can this black one be VIN number 1 when red is number 1? And I had to research and figure all that out so that I would know and so that I could answer your question.
Chris, before you go any further, Alan says the Roush vehicles right behind you.
Are you in a Roush?
He says he would love to see him go to Ohio. Those are my Mount Rushmore of Fords.
Mount Rushmore.
That's right.
That's correct. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln.
What would be on your 4 Mount Roush?
And the Roush Mustang.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the question?
What would be your 4 Mount Rushmore vehicles?
Oh, so if we had a Mount Rushmore, you know, that P51A is such an incredible car. Their new Mustang package is called the Track Pack Mustang. So I would definitely put the Track Pack Mustang up there. And then number 3 would be that F-150. But I think there's room for 4 on Mount Rushmore, isn't there?
That's right.
So I'm going to have to think about number 4. I got 3 of them. That's a good one. Okay, so that's a Blackwing question. Once you win, how do you contact the winner?
We love this one.
I love this one. So when you guys enter, you have to give an email address, right? You don't have to, but we like it when you do.
Right.
And you have to give a phone number.
And there are many people who don't have an email address, I have to say.
Many people don't. Have to give a phone number. And you have to give a mailing address. So you have to give at least one of those 3 things. In almost all instances, you're giving a phone number. So when PJ comes over to my office after the independent accounting firm pulls the lucky ticket number and Leanne validates that lucky ticket number to a winner, I have the package and I look right on the form and I say, oh good, he's got a phone number. So I will call you on the phone. Now what happens if you made a typo on your phone number? Well, then I go over to Leanne and say, I don't have a good phone number, and they'll try to see if they can find a good phone number for you. However, if you also have an email address in there and your phone number is not working, we'll email you right away. Say, please, you need to contact us about your entries in the Roush Stream giveaway. And if you don't respond to that after 2 or 3 days of us calling about every 10 minutes for 8 hours straight to get your attention, then PJ will send out a certified letter to you telling you that you're
an overnight letter, yeah.
Overnight letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you're the winner.
Now, it's happened before where people who actually have a phone number, they answer and they say hello, and Chris says, hey, you know, you've won, they hang up.
And they hang up on
Not only do they hang up, but they've blocked our numbers. So we've been calling, everybody in the office is calling from a different cell number. So it's just, we will get in touch with you if you are the winner. I know the official rules state that we'll send an email, and everybody says, oh my God, what if I missed that email? Trust us, we are so annoying when it comes to calling the winner.
And we'll make sure you know you won. Plus, we put it up on the website, 1 o'clock on that Thursday, for whatever that date is and whatever that grand prize is. So there you go. We've never once, in 120 winners, not been able to get in touch with the winner. Not once.
Yep.
So don't worry about it. Oh, from Jonathan. Jonathan, that's so nice to hear. What does it take to exactly win one of these sweepstakes? Because I get thousands of tickets and still hope to win one day. Can't win if you don't enter, but because I got so many entries, not sure what I'm doing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. So, PJ, tackle this one, will you please?
It is all about the random number. That is it.
It's all the random numbers.
I get to watch the independent auditors. I can't say anything. I can't do anything. I can just watch. And literally, it is a random ticket number drawing. And it's not even like the lottery where you see the first number come up on a ball and the second number come up on a ball. This is literally just a random number. If it's 1 through 200,000, then all of a sudden, in one click of a button, it spits out a number, and that is the number that wins.
There you go.
It has nothing to do with, you know, what numbers you have or anything like this or how many times you tried. It is a random number, and we have all these cars. We only have one winner per car, and that means one number out of all those numbers in there is the winner.
That's right. And remember, these run for 11 months. They're promoted nationally, so it's not that there are a dozen entries in the pool, right?
Right. Even honestly, even if I said to you, give me a random number between 1 and 12, I don't even know if you could guess it.
9.
No, I was thinking 10.
Oh, darn it.
So, just like that, just like that.
See, just like that, you do your best. You're not doing anything wrong. You're helping out charities. If you're meant to win, you're going to win. That's my philosophy on it.
That's right.
Right? Okay. Well, Roger's got an eagle eye. He wants to know if anyone saw a black Silverado in one of the videos this week. And so I will tell you that in the Dream Giveaway Garage, there are other companies. There's Rhino Classifieds. And, so the black Silverado truck is part of a Rhino promotion. You can learn more about that at ryno.co, where you can buy, sell, and trade what matters to you.
Right, and their promotion is on heyryno.com, right?
Right. It's not a Dream Giveaway prize package. It's a separate promotion for a separate company. We're in the same building.
It's our sister company.
Sister company.
And we've got that big blue Rhino behind you.
That's
so
right.
Right there.
So go check out Rhino on that. All right. One more question. It's got to be my favorite question of the whole day, PJ.
Mine too.
Somebody wants to know what PJ's favorite restaurant is and what my favorite
But why do they want to know this?
They want to know because, and this has never happened before, that if they win, they're going to take PJ and me to lunch.
Now, if you come down here and you're the winner,
right?
Chris and I and the rest of the company
we're going
to give you lunch.
Right, because at the awards ceremony we have lunch. But I love the idea of a winner taking us to lunch.
And Chris was asking me, what's my favorite restaurant? And just down the street, I'm like, oh, I'm a big burger fan. I'll just take a Five Guys.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there's that new Mexican place. Have you heard about it, PJ?
No.
Taco Bell?
Oh, brother. But Chris, what is your favorite restaurant?
Well, my favorite restaurant is not in Florida, so a winner wouldn't be able to just, zip me on over to it. I have a lot of favorite restaurants in Los Angeles, where I'm from, and one of them happens to be called Sushi by Jin. It's in North Hollywood, California. It's an all-you-can-eat sushi place, and every time I'm back to the old stomping grounds, I enjoy going to Sushi by Jin. But I've got lots of great restaurants that I enjoy, and I consider myself a foodie, and I've been known to drive 50 miles out of the way for a good restaurant.
Yes, Chris is a foodie, if you hadn't noticed. When we go on tour, traveling around with these vehicles and different events, Chris's responsibility is to find the best restaurant for us to go to.
Lori's really good at it, too. So that was my favorite question there. What a great Mailbag Wednesday. What do you got, PJ?
Wes Peterson wants to know, how about doing a Ford Performance car other than a Mustang?
So there's a great idea. So what would you do? A Torino, right? Would you do a NASCAR era Galaxy? Here's probably why we want to do a 62 Galaxy or something along then. Too big of a car. We tried that 66 Impala, which I thought was a holy grail car, 427 solid lifter, 4-speed, and not everybody agreed that it was a holy grail car. So I think, you know, Ford was huge in those big 427 engines in the early 60s, but I don't think everybody would want to win one.
Eric says Ford GT.
They're really expensive. Probably more expensive than the Charity wants to, no pun intended, pony up.
Oh. Chris always finds a way to get a pun in.
There you go. But a Torino, we thought about a Cougar Eliminator maybe. Talked about a Mercury Cyclone, though again, that's a bigger car. Make some suggestions. We're happy to look at them.
James says, how about a Twister Special?
Love it. Love it. Yeah. In fact, nope, that's another top secret thing I can't tell you. We've looked at them.
Eric says you'd love Ford Garage Burgers. I'm assuming he's talking to me because you're a sushi guy.
Oh, yeah, I must be talking to you.
We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, there you go. There used to be one here in Tampa. I think it closed down. Anyways, so there we have it. Mailbag Wednesday. This was a fun one, PJ.
Yeah, we haven't done them in a while.
Tomorrow, why don't we go back to that Resto Mod Vet and play some Frank Sinatra for everybody.
That's right, yeah. We can get Fly Me to the Moon again. Roger says, how about a T-Bird?
I love the idea of a T-Bird. In fact, so the big question is, do you do a first-gen T-Bird, which is what, a 55 to 57? I don't think the 58 to early 60s ones, those square body, kind of Edsel-looking ones are quite as popular. I love a 63 T-Bird personally. You know, give us your comments. If you want us to give away a T-Bird, what year should we give away? Should we do the classic? And then again, there's the reboot of the T-Bird, right, in 2002. James Bond even had that in one of the movies, right?
Cobra says, any thoughts on a GT40? Shelby American offers a continuation GT40.
Yeah. Big dollar grand prizes. We're probably looking at stuff more in the kind of the Mustang range.
Eric says first gen T-Bird would be good.
First gen T-Bird, okay.
I
could see us trying one.
A West says early Mercury Cougar, Torino GT.
Right, anybody know the first year of the Mercury Cougar? I know the answer. Anybody know?
In the 50s, Chris?
No, in the 60s, same year Sgt. Pepper came out. That help anybody?
You always have to relate everything back to music.
Come on, guys, that's an easy one. Who's the first to get it?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
But we do go back and look at these comments, so definitely if you have any more questions when you're watching this, please let us know.
There you go. 2 years before the first moon landing. How's that for?
So look at that. A. West Pearson and Roger Schofield at the same time got it in 67, yeah.
That's right. I love that first gen Cougar. I love it even to the point, when did it change over to that big luxury vehicle? 73, maybe it turned into that big long coupe that the Thunderbird and the Cougar are on the same platform, right? So I love it prior to that. A little too big for me at 70.
James says Grand National.
You know what? We enjoyed giving away the Monte Carlo. I would love to give away a Grand National. We're going to need your support if we give one away. So keep asking for a Grand National. I'll see if I can talk the boss into giving one away. Okay, we're going to wrap it. That's enough for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. It only happens here in our favorite place on earth, the Dream Giveaway Garage. And we will see you tomorrow.
See you next time, everyone. Thanks for watching.